Hello, 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 hello. Everybody that is watching, everybody that isn't watching and maybe is watching later, happens, I guess. We'll see. Anyways, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to today's games. The games haven't started yet, of course. But we will be streaming and casting them right to your beautiful faces. My name is Bobo Jack. My friend Bobo Joe is here. We're ready to yeet into these games. Let's go.
That was another beautiful intro. I can't say it otherwise.
It's what I specialize in.
So we're back again. We're Hype Shoutcasting, and we're here to cast 2 more games for Chili Mountain in the Prime League.
Yes.
Some people might have seen us, I believe, 2 weeks back. It's been a while.
2 or 3.
And we saw them beat Dortmund Wolves then. And today, we'll see them take on HIVE White. And what do you think the chances are for HIVE White to beat Chili Mountain, who is, we can say, comfortable at the top of the bracket at the moment?
Let's say relatively small chance, in my opinion. So as you said, in the current standings, they're doing really well. Chili Mountain, that is. They're 8-0. Haven't dropped a game, and even in the preseason with the qualifiers to get into the division and all that being placed into the right division, they didn't lose a game either. So they're on a huge win streak, looking very, very strong. Project Hive White, on the other hand, they're 2-6, so they've lost quite a lot of games already. I'm not sure if they've actually won one, and that's how they came to have 2, or if they drew 1 or 2 games. Just checking real quick. It looks like they had 2 draws. So they had 1-1 twice, and then they lost 2-0 3 times already. So, facing Chili Mountain, who at this point is very strong, doing really well, it seems like Chili Mountain should be able to, win these games relatively easily. But you never know. You never know.
But you know what that means when you have that juicy underdog buff. Everyone expects you to lose the 0-2. Even if you can get 1 game, this would be an absolute win for HIVE at this point.
That's very true.
Are able to take a game from Chili Mountain. And no one has been able to do that before.
Yeah, so as I said, they haven't dropped the game yet, so it's up to HIVE. HIVE, they don't have anything to lose here today, really. They're playing against the number 1. They're playing against the only team that hasn't lost ever yet since the team formed, I think, because it's a relatively new team as well. And aside from scrims and that, which of course we don't see. They haven't dropped the game, so it's up to HIVE to change that, and they can possibly come up with some weird, special, unexpected things even that they hope to surprise Chili Mountain with. To take, maybe a game, maybe 2. Would be sick if HIVE actually takes this 2-0.
Yeah, that would be crazy. It would be as if, let's say, 7 AM took a game from KV Mechelen in the Belgian League. Because, of course, people that know us, we usually cast in the Benelux, mainly for Open Tour. And we're not that known with the German scene, so it's nice change of environment for us as well. And I like that comparison, like the full underdog versus the big Goliath of the teams. We'll see if they can do something there. What do you think draft-wise will there be something special for HIVE in their ocean of champions?
Something special, I don't know. For example, we have Zillion support on the side of Chili Mountain, which is, special, I guess.
But it's gonna get banned,
But last time they let him go through once. So possibly, HIVE is gonna do the same thing, make the same mistake. We'll just just call it that.
Dip their toe in the water. Let's just feel that Zillion Skarner combo once, and then
once more.
Just need to ban it super hard.
Yeah, exactly. Aside from that, on the side of HIVE, to answer your question, Xylon, the jungler, has a couple games on Fiddlesticks already this season. Has played him, several times. Not 100% sure on his win rate. I forgot that one. But that could come through, which would be relatively special. Um, we haven't seen a Fiddlesticks really anywhere, as far as I know.
Well,
Um,
Shyvana as well, right? He plays Shyvana,
Shyvana,
and
same
let's
thing.
face it, in the pro scene, it's a non-existent champion.
Very true. Yeah. So those are two things on the side of the jungler that could very well come through and be special. On the other side, Paxi, the AD carry for Hive, has been playing a lot of Ezreal, um, if not exclusively Ezreal. Aside from that, he has Lucian, Kai'Sa, and Twitch as well in his top mastery champions. He's played some Kai'Sa as well, although on the account here, that's been over a month ago, I believe, since he played that. But he does have the Twitch and the support. Shedden has, likes caster supports like Lulu as well. So it would be possible to maybe see Twitch Lulu in the bottom lane, which, once again, is relatively special.
Yeah, there's some niche picks that you sometimes encounter in a ranked game and then totally clap your cheeks all around. But you don't see it in pro play. Like the Shyvana full AP that just almost one-shots you with one fire breath. You don't see that because usually in the higher elo, people know how to play against it. But it can still be strong if you can pull it out, play around it as a team. And I wonder if they can do this in this game, like really surprise Chili Mountain, because I think if they play a standard game, Chili Mountain is just on another level at the moment in this scene. So they need to do something out of the ordinary. They need to think out of the box to really take them down when their guard is low. And then I believe Hive is able to take a win, but it will all depend on that draft, of course.
Yes. It's gonna depend on, of course, as always. Music is a lot louder than you are, right? Then we shall chillax the music, shall we not? Well, which is so weird. I hate it because in my ears, there's hardly any music.
And in my ears, there is no music.
No music. But thanks for the tip there, Thomas. Good guy Thomas coming in Twitch chat, hitting us with guys you suck, but I'll help you out.
Yeah, it's good that he points it out. And if there are other things on the stream that you say, hey, that's not what it should be, let us know in the chat and we can adjust it real time, because that's how multitasking. Well, Boba Jack is. I'm not doing anything, but I'm just here for the lulz.
You're just here for the lulz. Also, this screen has been completely.
Yeah, my screen is a little bit smaller, but
it's so weird. I don't know why.
I feel cozy in this corner. It's fine.
I don't. Oh, I don't know what happened there. Why is your screen so weird? Let me just try and fix this real quick.
This my screen is what Hive needs to do. They need to do it special way. They need to get in the game and say, okay, this is an full attack speed Ginsu Lulu on the top lane.
And really and then also move their support there, which would be
something like that. Like
exactly,
go get him. It has to be something like that. I mean, if they want some out of the box picks, I can help them. They just need to ask.
Just need to come in hot with the questions, and we'll be fine. No, so that's
still available for coaching if anyone wants.
Take it from me, guys. Don't take him up on his offer. don't do it. And then, anyways, so we've talked about Hive picks. We've talked about possibilities on their side of things. What about Chili Mountain? Of course we saw them last time. We've spoken about the Zillion, the Skarner. Are they gonna come through? Is one question. Other question is both Biotic and Shedden, so basically both supports, really enjoy Thresh. And then the question is, are they gonna let it go through? And if so, who's gonna, pick it up, if anyone?
Well, as we can see now, the team of Chile Mountain will be the first to pick in this draft.
Yes.
So I'm guessing that they are not going to be the ones to ban Thresh, because it is an okay first pick. First picking Thresh, he's so good in every situation. He can peel, he can engage, he can help people get out of a rough spot with the lantern. He's such a flexible champion. That is not the worst first pick in the world. But I think HIVE might ban him, just so Biotic doesn't take him. But it will depend. Are they gonna ban Zilean and Thresh? Two bans on the support. It is hard, and it's so annoying playing against. Well, I don't want to call him a one trick because he can do so much, but he's still a one trick pony Zilean, for that matter. And when you're playing against someone who has that in his champion pool, it sucks to have to lose a ban to it, and that's also the power of being able to play non-meta champion so well. As that being said, we are going into the draft, and we'll see what Chile Mountain is gonna take out here.
Yes, indeed. As you said, draft has started. As hopefully the music is not too loud this time around. We'll see. Anyways, Karthus is gonna get banned away from the side of Chile Mountain. Karthus, one of the picks that has been played by Xylon as well lately. Wasn't necessarily expecting them to take that away, because it didn't seem like he played it as much as apparently Chile Mountain knows. As they know apparently, or they're just really scared of Karthus jungle because he clears really quick. He can just press R for a gank assist kill, and of course HIVE taking away Zilean. They did better prep than last time's opponent.
They don't need to lose a game to learn that you need to ban this man Zilean, and I would not be surprised if we see the Skarner go as well. That being said, of course, Galio being banned away against Dinesh, and they're probably gonna take out the Seraphine as well, taking his most played champion, or the Ezreal, because as you said, Paxi really has been smurfing on the champion in solo queue. So I'm guessing they are gonna take away one of those two bans, but I would go for Seraphine just because she's just so broken this patch. I mean, what can you do against that champion? But no, they are taking away Nyx Camille.
Of course, the thing with Seraphine is that everybody can play her because she's not that hard. So it could be Chile Mountain who pick up Seraphine here. They might go for an Ezreal pick themselves. It is going to be the Seraphine first pick on their side. Of course, that does leave the Ezreal open for HIVE. Looks like they're going to hover onto the Hecarim, which kind of fits into Xylon's playstyle, as in he plays jungler that just go forward and in. So Hecarim would fit that playstyle.
Hecarim also fairly strong this meta. Of course, you want to play those scary junglers, and Hecarim, he can really snowball so hard once he is able to get a few kills under his belt in the early game. And his early clear is just insane. And as well, of course, Thresh not being banned, getting picked up. Might have been able to wait one more pick for it, but it's fine. They already see that Seraphine has been locked. Of course, it is still a flex pick. Could go mid or in the bot lane, but sure does give some value to the strat for Chile Mountain now, because they can go all directions. But with the Sejuani lock-in, this will be a heavy engage comp all the way.
Heavy engage, lots of CC, especially coming through here. And with the Sejuani buffs as well. Of course, they're not playing on Tournament Realm, they're playing on normal client. So Sejuani's buffs have come through, making her, even stronger than she was before. In my opinion, very strong champion before. They just gave her a buff, which makes it, even better. And of course, Gnar, kind of a flavor of the month thing, flavor of the past 2 months, maybe even. A very strong top laner. And then Gragas is going to be picked up. I'm guessing he's going to go towards top lane. I'm pretty sure he's going towards top lane.
He almost has to go top, or they're going to break out the Gragas in the mid lane, but I don't think we've seen that for a long time. Now, Gragas, fairly okay into the Gnar, because he can poke him from a safe distance. But Gnar, of course, going to play with the fleet footwork and all the sustain builds in the red tree to make sure that he is able to survive this lane. But I think that is an okay matchup for HIVE in the top lane. But so far, we have not seen anything out of the ordinary, which is what I wanted to see from them. And their Paxis as well. being taken away, and I wouldn't be surprised if they focus another ban on the top lane as well.
It's interesting to see that they went for jungle support and top lane, leaving the Ezreal as is, which leads us to believe that it's not really a priority at all for HIVE, as things like Kai'Sa still open, which is something Paxi likes to play as well, as we said. Even Jhin, Samira, maybe after Samira nerfs doesn't get played that much anymore, but Jin's still an option in there as well. As Varus, Kassadin, and Kai'Sa eventually are going to be the last couple bans here. So we'll have to see what Paxi is going to pick up for himself.
Yeah, Kai'Sa being taken away. Jhin still an option. Played very much in this meta at the moment.
Twitch.
Of course. I would be surprised if it is Twitch. The Nico being picked, probably going to the mid lane. And this is what I like. Nico, champion, you do not see it that much. Many people don't really know how to play against her. And she can be so obnoxious in the lane because you can't stand anywhere. She can hit you between the minions with practically any skill. So you really have to make sure that you get those boots early on to dodge everything. And I'm gonna say that this is a pick for Tinesh, but Nico in the bot lane, it's a thing. It exists. And if Paxi brings it out here, well, props to him. Then it is exactly what I wanted to see. But for now, we will take this as a mid lane pick. And meanwhile, the Zyra getting picked as well.
Maybe
I love this draft.
I'm really enjoying it as well with Zyra and Nico. I'm holding my horses for now because we haven't got any messages for placeholders, but they might be placeholders, so we don't know 100%. The thing I was gonna say about if Nico is actually the where they're gonna go here, and Dinesh is gonna play Nico in that case, it kind of makes sense, as Nico's Q and Seraphine's Q are basically the same, and Dinesh really likes playing Seraphine, so he can just do the same. And same goes for the E. So Nico and Seraphine in that case, they really are very similar champions. So yeah, doesn't look like there are going to be any placeholders. There's no remake going on here. But Xylon and Dinesh need to still trade. That might be broken.
Biotic, this crazy man, actually, he goes for the Zyra. And I kind of low-key love it versus Trash, because you can block his hook with a plant. Someone left the lobby? I'm not sure.
I think the trade didn't work. Yeah. It looked like the trade wasn't going to work out there. Yeah, that's what was to be expected. Nico went to the jungle and Hecarim to mid lane. And they just kept hanging around there. So, it's a little bit of a swap problem, but that does mean that we don't have any placeholders whatsoever, meaning we're looking at a Zyra and a Nico game.
It's amazing. As I said, Zyra probably able to block those hooks from Thresh with a plant, because usually when you take this annoying poke squishy mage in the bot lane versus a champion like a Nautilus or a Thresh, you really have that big risk of getting hooked and insta-gipped in the bot lane. But with her, she can play around it a little bit, and I wonder if Biotic knows this and if that is ID behind the pick. Like, okay, I can harass him pretty safely because I can just put a plan before me and then everything is fine. Or if he has another strat, so I wonder what he's gonna do with the champ. Of course, he plays Zillion, he already plays off meta when he can, and maybe this is another pick that he really practiced on. So yeah, I'm really wondering what this Zyra is gonna bring to the table in the bot lane.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I'm assuming we're gonna look at a Moonstone Seraphine. In which case they kind of lack some AP damage on the side of Chili Mountain, but then the Zyra coming in is gonna compensate for that quite a lot. Zyra can even just go Moonstone herself as well, and they'll still be fine on AP damage with, the Seraphine and the Zyra combined. However, Zyra could also go for something like an Everfrost, for example, or even just Lyandra's Anguish, pumping out boatloads of damage with those plants.
Definitely expecting the Liandry's. Whenever I see a Zyra, support, it doesn't matter. She just does the most damage in the game, no matter where she's standing, because the plants, they just keep hitting, and often you ignore it because you want to do something else, but then you lose half your HP, and you're like, where did that go? And it's because of the burn from Liandry's that it does so much over time. So I'm expecting Biotic to go dead. It would be more interesting. I'm not hoping for a Moonstone. Zyra, please don't bring this into the world. We already have enough Moonstone as it is in the meta right now.
I mean,
so I want to see some damage in the bot lane.
it could very well be Moonstone Zyra. It's we all know the endless possibilities Moonstone brings to the game, where every AP champion, mid, jungle, or bottom lane, or top lane, whatever, is able to just build it and basically perma heal and speed up with the Moon Staff build, speed up the team 24/7. It's possible. I hope and expect Lyandra's Anguish as well, as you said, but it's something you never know. We'll have to wait and see. It could as well be, of course, as I said before, the Everfrost. Do you think that's maybe something that would be useful here for some extra peel, some extra pick potential? Does that for Zyra's kit?
It's always possible, of course. Everfrost being buffed, and just so nice to have an extra CC, even if you want to go aggressive on Zyra with the bind into the Everfrost, that you kind of can lengthen that and make sure that they cannot escape your ultimate, because you could do bind ult Everfrost. Like, there is no way you can get out of that combo, even with the Jinx. Chompers, of course, being there. And as well, Jinx pick. I like that they're going for a different AD carry in this game, because she is immobile, of course, beginning of the season, with the introduction of Gale Force really giving her that extra edge in teamfight, while most of the time she was just sitting duck. So I wonder how Drop is going to play it as well, because Tristana Trish, if someone gets hooked, that is such a punishing lane to stand against.
Yeah, it could be really annoying if the hooks land. As you said, with Tristana jumping on top of that hook onto a Zyra who's very immobile, Jinx is immobile as well, and so on and so forth. It could be very punishing and very snowbally with the Tristana, as we've seen before, most of the time in our own games.
Usually in the enemy team.
Usually in the enemy team, exactly. Usually on mid lane as well. No, but that's something that's Tristana's very snowbally, very aggressive with the explosive charge, and then explosive charge is Ziggs, I guess. Whatever, the bomb she throws onto people, and with the auto attacks, it's gonna do more and more damage. And once she gets a couple kills and the Kraken Slayer potentially in there as well, it just does so much burst damage, and there's hardly anything you can really do to trade against that. However, with the Zyra and the Jinx, especially the Zyra, there's a lot of counter burst, I guess, that champion has. So if Tristana does decide to jump forward, Zyra can just bind Q ult, and Tristana's going to be really, really low. And imagine Zyra even going exhaust. I don't know if she is, but imagine going exhaust and Tristana's doomed.
Yeah, I don't think that Tristana in this game will have any opportunity to just jump in freely, because you're playing against Chili Mountain that really drafted a teamfight comp, a press R comp, because you see so much AoE CC abilities there that once they go in, you're better not stacked if you're in HIVE's comp at the moment. They want to play for pigs. They want to get somewhere with the Gragas Barrel, with the Trash Hook. Hecarim needs to use his movement speed to make plays in the side lanes. Something like that, because a team fight, I don't really see a scenario where HIVE is going to win this, unless they get really far ahead in the early game and they just keep snowballing and you're not fighting on equal grounds anymore. But if everything just stays balanced, stays the same in the lane, that no one really gets ahead, Chili Mountain has a way easier composition to win this game.
Yeah, they're team fighting and they're 5v5ing, as you said. Press R comp. Aside from Jinx, who just has to stand in the back next to Zyra and let the rockets do the work.
If it's lethality Jinx, she could press R as well. To do the same amount of damage.
That's true, and I hope she presses R regardless if she's lethality or not. I'm just
to
hoping.
Steal a Baron or Dragon.
You know, it's possible. I'm not expecting the Jinx to go for a lethality build here. It would be rather strange, but you know, you never know. Zyra is not going to be running Exhaustion, so it's going to be Ignite, which, you know, not very unexpected, of course. For the extra damage, the extra burst. If Tristana does decide to jump in, it doesn't matter. We're just going to do more damage, as we are going to be loading into the Rift, ladies and gents. Into the Rift here, as my screen is still wonky. Into the Rift here, sorry, in game 1 here between Chili Mountain and Hive White. It is going to be a 2-game series, I guess. There's no best of, it's just 2 games, 2-0, 0-2, or 1-1. Whichever the outcome is what they're going to write down in the standings, of course, as both teams are looking to put up a Great Wall of China. Nothing too crazy, except, as I say that, Teko's going to go into the enemy jungle.
Oh, he's alone.
Might get caught out, is relatively alone. And they were expecting Thresh to hook there, or Flay, but it was Nico disguised as the Undertaker.
And that is what I want to see. I want to see Dinesh make a play with the clone, because it's something, it's so underused when I see Nico players. It's just how strong that clone is, especially with the W, that you can send an ally into the brush and people can just blow ultimates on it because they think they got someone. It can really throw you off. That's what I want to see, if he can utilize that skill correctly. And just in general, we are going to see Hive here trying to do the upset against Chile Mountain, and that's what I wonder, if they can make it happen, if they can take this lead early on with the Hecarim. We're so strong, so much clear, and that they are proactive now and don't wait until Sejuani gets her value, because then it will probably be too late. So, Hive, big expectations from you.
Big expectations here. Of course, as we said before the game started, chances are that the guys on the side of Chili Mountain will just take the series 2-0, as they are 8-0 in total. Hive is 2-6. A little bit of poke from the Zyra coming through, with Drop jumping in there with a couple of rockets of himself as well. And it's going to be funny here, as we said in the beginning, or in Champion Select. Surfing and Nico in lane, very similar champions. They both have a Q that throws out a ball of damage, I guess. Both have an E that goes through minions that can slow or bind. Very similar laning phase from these champions.
And now you say it, it's basically very lazy champion design.
Yeah.
What do we have in the class though? We made this champion, but I had another idea. It's just reworker, but keep the old one.
Exactly.
Okay, that's fine, right? You can do that. It's all fine. Just I'm not really the biggest fan of skills that just go through everything and you can't really hide. But when they're playing against it, you know, fair enough. Meanwhile, Nick throwing some caskets at Different's face, trying to trade back and forth, and he's playing with Grasp on the Gnar, which is super annoying to play against, but it does heal him a little bit less than Fleet Footwork would. So maybe with Nick picking up the Meteor, he is able to put some poke down that will stick on Difference here in the lane.
Yeah, of course it heals a bit less, but there's a stacking of the Grasp of the Undying as well. So, and aside from that, it's the ranged versus melee matchup. So in general, he should be fine in the top lane matchup.
They're gonna meet for the scuttle.
Yeah, looks like both teams want to go in for the skull. Clover gets poked to half HP. Zap gonna land on Paxi bottom lane as well. As Clover might be in a little bit of trouble. Jukes most of the damage. And yeah, should be fine here.
They're still going for the gang, but Xylon is here.
Ooh, it's a 2v2 in the mid lane. It looks like Nico's gonna go really low. She is gonna go low, but Flash is over. Red buff is gonna be enough. However, one more stun onto Xylon is gonna be enough as well. TP coming in too late. Greg is stuck between a rock and a hard play. Seraphine is still there. She's low, however, as she's gonna get the vine onto Gragas. He's gonna have to walk away. One more auto attack, not gonna be enough. And with the passive, he's gonna heal up as well. Gragas, wow, going really low. Sorry to say, but that was a terrible TP.
This is disaster for HIVE at the moment. They lose a scuttle in the river, and while I say it, the hook lands on the bot lane.
This is what we spoke about before. Paxi is able to jump in on that Tristana with so much burst damage. Ignite is ticking, however, on Paxi. And now the Flash Flay! Insane on the bottom lane from the side of HIVE, making it 2-2 with the Flash Flay, looking for another hook. Gnar is there, jumped in here with his own TP, and now Tristana's gonna maybe find a third kill. Look at that explosive bomb, it's gonna do so much damage. Is he gonna find the Tristana? It's not gonna be enough with the Flash, with the Flay, with the everything! And Tristana survives, doesn't pick up the third. It's gonna be Thresh, but that's a 3-0 and 3 bottom lane for HIVE. This is gonna be huge for the game.
And that was crazy well executed by HIVE there. I just want to say what a disaster their mid lane play was, but their bot lane just totally smurfed on Chili Mountain here. Really utilizing the Dark Passage from Thresh to reposition Paxi into the brush so that the auto attacks can't land, and he is just jumping in with literally 10% HP. Really, the aggression that comes out, and this is also how you need to play Tristana when you go with that mastery right there. You need to really make those plays, and he gets 3 kills in the bot lane, 2 on him. So yeah, great from the bot lane, but let's not forget Xylon and Tinesh, they're a little bit behind on their counterpart because of that early play.
Yeah, they're slightly behind. Xylon, not really. He's yeah, he has some XP, an XP deficit on the Sejuani Teko. So, you know, that's gonna be half big if Sejuani does find a gank with the ultimate, but another hook is gonna land traps onto Thresh as well. Look at the damage. Another kill here for Paxi is gonna jump in with that rocket jump, and meanwhile in the top lane, level 6 on Gnar, sorry, on Gragas, not on Gnar, as Xylon in the bottom lane might be in a bit of trouble. Aftershock on Sejuani is gonna do bits, as Xylon he gets ulted by the Sejuani. Oh, charm onto Tristana. He jumped in. He's not gonna be able to find the kill. This was greedy from Paxi, as it's a triple kill for Sejuani. 4-0-1. Teko says, "Hi guys, I'll just take over the game from here."
And this is smart from Chili Mountain right here. They see, okay, the bot lane from from HIVE is playing well. They're snowballing. They get kills solo. We're gonna go there mid and jungle. Really stop that snowball right here, right now. And they make it happen. Of course, Paxi going a little bit greedy there with the jump, which is really a shame on his head. And meanwhile, Nick in trouble as well as the mid lane.
Whoa, Teko, unstoppable. Difference is not going to be able to survive this one. Needs another jump, doesn't have it. Needs flash, doesn't have it either, as Xylon is going to pick up his first of the game. And since we said he was behind on his counterpart, he's picked up 1 or 2 CS now. That's funny.
It's a hard game.
It's a hard
for
knock
HIVE.
life.
At this point,
for HIVE.
You can clearly see Chili Mountain making better macro plays with their team, really playing together as a squad, while HIVE, so far, they're really counting on the outplay from bot lane. Of course, we are 8 minutes in the game, but there is already a gold lead from almost 2k for Chili Mountain, so you really want to put it on a hold if you don't want this game to snowball out of hand, because of course Chili Mountain, they have the easier composition to win. Keep that in mind. If they have a lead, yeah, this is going to be extremely hard for HIVE to get back in the game then.
Yeah, the Tristana's gonna be the one who has to make it all happen for HIVE here. Of course, 3-1-1 is behind 15 farm, however, close to 20. So let's just call it 20 as Zap connects with Paxi. 2-0-1, and then, you know, jumping in really aggressive there onto 3 people, gets charmed as now in the top lane another gank. Teko putting his mark on this game is going to start tanking up this turret as well. The swoosh and floosh from Gnar into the wall, And they pick up a kill 5-0 and 2 on this Sejuani. She's gonna be beefy.
Feels bad to get swoosh and floofed, but at least HIVE is able to pick up the first dragon of the game. Infernal Dragon going to them means we will not have an Infernal Rift. Next Drake is gonna be the Ocean Drake as well. So there will either be a Mountain or a Cloud Soul here, which are debatably the lesser Drake buffs of the 4. But still, Cloud Drake on a Hecarim can be very nice to get that extra damage on his passive.
Yeah, Cloud Drake on Hecarim could be really nice, but as well, Cloud Drake on Gnar is decent if he can sweep in a couple people and just start racing around, making sure he can keep up with them, which shouldn't be a problem regardless. But aside from that, of course, then there's the Jinx who gets the movement speed as well. More rockets as well. So that's going to be pretty nice. On the other side, Mountain Drake for Chili Mountain. Extra beefy Gnar. Extra beefy Sejuani. I don't think they would say no to that.
Definitely not. And meanwhile, we have a 5-0-2 Teko on Sejuani. The champion that I would have expected to have a tougher time than Hecarim in the early game, but he is really beasting all around already on this pick. Of course, Sejuani also pretty strong, heavy engages with all that you see in the kit. And so far, Chili Mountain hasn't grouped yet, because we are still in the laning phase. And still, they're together all the time. At least jungle and mid lane really playing in tandem on the side lanes. And Teko searching for bot again, but he gets hooked.
He gets found out and hooked. Bomb is on him. Biotic is gonna flash in here with the Zyra ultimate. Paxi's in a world of hurt. Is he gonna go down with the ignite? It should be enough. Onslaught of Shadows is gonna come through as well.
Wow.
Now the huge ultimate by Seraphine catches the entire team. Double kill for Seraphine. Explosive Cast is gonna put Clover on the turret, but it doesn't really matter. One more zap. Clover taking another turret shot. It's gonna be the end of this. However, it looks like they have not got enough. Biotic tanking up the turret as Nick was stopping the minion wave from crashing into the turret. But he gets taken down as well. That Seraphine ult changed the name of the game.
That Encore, just the nail in the coffin for HIVE in that team fight. And it was Paxi that by a hair didn't survive that fight. Just the burn from the ignite taking away. Else it could have been different. It could have been a little bit more in favor of HIVE if he was able to survive there and do some more damage, because he is the only one that is in an acceptable position in this game at the moment. He is 3-2-2, but already 20 CS behind on his counterpart. And of course, 3 plates have fallen in the bot lane. First turret is being taken as well. There is so much global gold going in the pocket for Chili Mountain that their lead. It feels like a minute ago that I said they were 2k behind. Well, that turned to 6k.
Yeah, that turned into 6k really quick, as there's gonna be a bit of a fight here in the bottom side river. A lot of damage coming through on Hecarim with the stun flash from Shen is gonna have to come through, but that's where Gnar says, nah bro, I TP'd on your face and I'll just take you down really easily with my team.
Just look at Chili Mountain really pulling the brake on that bot lane for HIVE. Like, they did a few things in the 2v2, and now the whole squad of Chili Mountain just lives there. TPs, roams, everything. I don't think Paxi has seen some CS in a while. Now it is really hard for him to keep it going. And yeah, they're taking turrets left, right, and center. Herald being popped as well. And yeah, this is just... how do you describe this? Bad news bears. There they go again.
Bad news bears. Another dive. Mid turret gets taken down. Onslaught of Shadows is going to connect with drop, but it's not going to be enough to take him down. Look at Teko. He's just basically 1v2ing the backline. One more. Oh, the explosive shot is going to knock him away from the turret, but it is going to be Nyx. Gragas picking that one up as Dinesh finds a return kill in the mid lane as well. Hecarim's going to yeet his way out of there. Explosive caster is going to come through. Drop needs to hit that zap. Does, but the Seraphine ult is going to whiff. Of course, you know, we're not going to be too mad at Clover about that one, as we all remember the previous fight where he just yeeted on their face.
That encore, it is such an... It feels almost like an illegal skill sometimes when it hits multiple people and it just turns into a global.
Hex.
And yeah, having the Seraphine here, it's a big value pick for Chili Mountain because they took it away from Tinesh and they have it in their own team. It's a broken pick in my opinion. Yeah, they're doing so well with it. And of course, everyone fed at this point for Chili Mountain. I'm not sure if there is a possibility for HIVE to get back into this game. They have some big potential, but we really have to commend Chili Mountain for their macro, for their plays everywhere on the map. They're always grouped. It seems you just can't catch someone out in this game.
Of course, they're 10k gold ahead. 10.5k gold at 15 minutes.
Yeah, and it is because they have been playing solid team play so far.
Very true.
But they're not letting a man behind, and Clover says, no, this is not your jungle anymore, Xylon. Just run away like the little pony you are.
Xylon on the Rainbow Unicorn. The ultimate from Sejuani not going to connect, but then the bind is going to come through. The stun, the auto attack, the smack, the smook. It's going to be enough. They're just throwing stuff at them and they die. And that means that they can pick up their first streak of the game. Do you think they'll be able to close out this game pre-20 minutes?
It is fairly possible. Of course, they have already dropped the Herald if they can get this one, break open the base, but pre-20, I believe HIVE need to search some fights themselves then. But pre-25 is definitely a possibility. And as you said, they're just throwing stuff at them. Seraphine and Sejuani, it is a deadly combo, because of course when you are slowed, the E from Seraphine automatically binds you, and you're always slowed when Sejuani is on you, so
Yep.
you always are able to CC people there, and they just need to let the second turret on the mid lane drop, and Baxi need to jump for his life there.
Yep. Baxi
To
get out that one. They flash onto him. He's going to get hooked, however, on the turn. Should be able to survive this one. He walks in for a bit more damage and finds Thresh. So the return kill is there. And now a lot of damage from Dinesh onto Clover. Is it going to be enough? However, it looks like Clover is going to get out of this one. And Dinesh bit off way more than he could chew. And seems he wasn't that hungry. Didn't pick up a kill. Died himself. Sad life.
Remember when we said that if Bionic gets hooked or anything with Desire, it's a squishy pick, it might get dangerous. Well, he just flashed under the mid inhibitor turret to arrest the enemy team. Well, that's the moment that you know the game is going to be a really hard cookie for them.
And he flashed under the enemy inhibitor turret to get Paxi, who had just used his jump. Zyra burns the flash, gets hooked, and you would think, well, now it's just over. And instead of trying to get out, he just says, fine, if Paxi flashes, I'll just kill Thresh. And he finds the kill on Thresh. So yeah, as you said, if that happens, the game is probably over soon.
Definitely not a Moonstone. Zyra in this game went for the Ludens, want to put out the damage.
Even.
Also not the Liandry's, which is what I would have expected, but of course if you are going for a poke lane with the Jinx and the Zyra, I can understand where the Ludens comes from. You have that extra harass, and of course there is no built-in healing on the side of HIVE to really survive that lane, but they all in, and eventually the whole team from Chili Mountain was there, so we can't really speak about that laning phase much, because yeah, there was none.
Yeah, not really, as they do pick up the Herald here. It is onto Teko Sejuani, so they're able to put an extra push into, looks like gonna be top lane, where they're gonna probably drop the Herald as well, pushing into 2 turrets, including the inhibitor, hopefully for them, as Hecarim is gonna base, knows what's up. They're dropping the vision as well. Chili Mountain is really in the driver's seat here, and they're gonna have to do some really strange things to throw this game away, as we're at the 18.5 minute mark, and they're 12k gold ahead.
Well, I'm of the opinion that any game is throwable if you try hard enough, but I feel like Chili Mountain really has to try to lose this game at this point. And yeah, they are going in. You spoke about the 20-minute mark. They're gonna try to get it.
Oh, they are gonna try to get it. Look at that Seraphine ult. It connects on Greg, is basically next to him, hits the Hecarim as well, and they just annihilate the entire Hive team. The fact that Hecarim gets out of that one is ridiculous. They're maybe even looking to Fountain Dive here. It's not gonna happen though, as Paxi and Xylon are gonna stay onto the Fountain. Paxi gets taken down, and it's gonna be over here. Screen